good day, good night, good. Awesome. So I'm doing a little bit of a different thing tonight. Doing some top-down drawing because I have a good top-down setup, so I might as well use it nowadays. Because in the past, I didn't have 2 cameras, but now I got a PNG tuber, so I'm pretty happy about that because it's been like, I don't know, I still do like drawing in my sketch pad at night usually, but I don't know, I just haven't been doing as much drawing in my sketchbook. And I love doing it. I'm doing good. I'm having a nice Friday. Happy to be doing something new. And also, I love drawing with fountain pens, so I just kind of want to do some like little reviews of my favorite fountain pens while I'm at it. So I'm gonna, I don't know, I don't want to say kill 2 birds with 1 stone or catch 2 foxes with a... Gotta think of a better phrase. I'll think of a better phrase, but we're gonna do a bunch of things at once. Alright. So yeah, I think it might be hard to see the chat message. That is one thing I forgot to adjust. The Streamlabs chat messages. Maybe if I put this over here. Sketchbook music. Got all sorts of pen marks on it, but I'll just keep that right there so that way you can see white text on the chat. White on white. We love white on white. So this is just kind of like some of the normal sorts of like sketches, I guess, since they're right here. I'll show them off for a second. The normal kinds of like just the control sketches that I do in my sketchbook to sort of like get an idea of how something moves and turns and rotates and all that. So it's like always good for me to warm up doing stuff like that, you know, stuff like this where I'm studying like different photos and I'm studying different studies and things like that, you know, just so I can kind of get my bearings. It's like when you do a workout and you warm up first. Same with drawing, you know, so it helps me to do flack there. So yeah, so I figured we'd just do some of that today. So I will start by talking about our fountain pen. Little like, maybe I'll that's nice. So yeah, so the Conklin All-American. I've had this fountain pen for a while. It's not any cleaner. I've had this fountain pen for a while. This is like, yeah, I've had it for a few years actually. No, more than a few years. I've had this maybe. How long have I had this? I've had this pen for like maybe had this pen for, gosh, I've had this pen for almost 10 years. Wow. Maybe not that long. When did I start collecting fountain pens? Maybe 8 years. I've had this fountain pen for a long time. It's one of my favorites. It's really beautiful. It's not a very like small fountain pen. It's one of the bigger ones that I have. I don't have, oh, I do have a ruler. I have a miniature. It's about, is nearly 6 inches long. I do not have big hands. I have very small little child hands. So, you know, if it looks like big in my hand, it's probably going to be normal sized in somebody else's hand. Like, when I go to buy gloves, I can buy child gloves. So I usually get cheaper gloves because of it, so it's good. Hello, extension of my will. How are you doing tonight? I'm just talking about one of my favorite fountain pens that I'm going to be drawing with for a bit tonight. The Conklin All-American. It is a lovely fountain pen. I've had it for like almost 8 years. Oh, they have the little inscription here. It says Conklin All-American. How lovely. The Conklin. So yeah, it is a lovely pen. And one of the reasons I really like it, other than this beautiful body, because I think this is like one of my favorite just fountain pen bodies like ever. Oh my god. Like look at that. Ugh, look at the, I don't know what you call it when it glimmers like that with the I don't know, the sheening within some of this acrylic is so great, the marbled acrylic. But it's got a lovely flex nib. I guess I don't need to do just a beautiful, it does say flex, you can see it says flex, Conklin flex, and it's got that little heart. Lovely, so beautiful. I love it, and it does flex. It's not the flexiest pen, but it's got a good flex to it, and I really dig it. It's got a nice juiciness. I think it's a medium nib. Actually, I don't know. It might just be that there's a flex nib on it, and it's not a medium. But it posts great. I love that, because even though I have little child hands, I do prefer to post my pens. I don't like when I can't post my pens. And that just means putting the cap on the back. So I prefer when a pen is postable, personally. And it's more than 6 inches, like 6.5 inches without, or with the posting. It's 6 inches without posting, 6.5 with posting. Good stuff, good stuff. But I love this pen. Oh, let me get my posted somewhere. Whenever I draw with fountain pen, I'm always like I'm always using post-its instead of whiteout tape. Thanks. Yeah, no, I recommend it. Like, this is one of the ones that's just always been in my rotation, because it's just such a nice one to like write with. It is a good pen. They have a lot of different colors too. This is just my favorite body of theirs. And I'm doing good. I hope you're having a great night. Aw, I'm glad you're stoked to once again hang with me on stream. I'm stoked you're here too. So yeah, so I'm just gonna, I don't know, I'm just gonna draw with it. So I have some red in here. Maybe I can zoom in just for a little bit for the, there we go. Okay. So I have a nice red ink. I gotta, okay, cool. Get it started a little bit. The ink I have in here is a nice ink. It's like a Colorverse ink. It's my Maltijay. I'm not saying that right. It's really nice. It's got some like good sheening to it, but it's not like a glittery ink, so it's not like gonna get, you know, very, I don't know, it's not gonna give you any problems. Oh my god, I'm gonna skip this one. Sometimes when you have inks with like sheening and stuff, it can be a little dry. And then ones with sparkle, oh gosh, help. Lord help ya. Oh, I guess since I'm gonna kind of like put a little ink in this to rejuice it up, I can show you the converter. It does come with a converter, which is nice. I really dig the converter because just nice and juicy, pretty big converter. Makes it easy. But I'm gonna just push that down ever so slightly. I don't want it to drip, so just a little bit to put more juice. Sometimes with flex nibs, you know, that's nice and juicy. Yeah. Okay, so sometimes it's nice and sometimes it gets nice and juicy. Sometimes we're still getting a little bit of what is this called? Railroading, when it doesn't go all the way. I can juicify it again, but But you can see here, you can see with the nib does separate. A little bit of railroading, a little bit. The tines separate. This is not common for other pens. It has to be a flex nib. And I don't always push down. Honestly, I really like the kind of way that it writes just without like kind of using the flex qualities of the nib. I think that sometimes when you're drawing, it just kind of gives you a nice like richer sort of consistency with the line weight anyway. You know, because like there's other pens like a Lamy. A Lamy has no flex whatsoever. This is not a flexing nib. This is a very non-flexing nib. You just write with that nib. Yeah, the converters do have an appearance of a sci-fi gadget. That's not exactly off. Yeah, no, there's a lot of technology that goes into fountain pens because here, let me zoom out just a little bit now. Because like, you know, the ink is kind of like a controlled drip, and so the way that the whole thing is designed, like the tines and everything, you know, it's meant to kind of soak up ink and then like only allow it to go through the nib when it touches paper. Kind of like, you know, water and the meniscus of water. You know, like if you had water and it had like a meniscus on the surface of like a glass. This is my watery glass. There we go. Anyway, this is my glass of water. You know, if you put like a piece of paper, touched a piece of paper to it, it would like soak in the paper. So that's what's happening. Let's see if I can or we just do any drawing. Let me see if I can bring this closer to camera and kind of show off the color, the shading a little bit. 'Cause there's a lot of nice shading with this ink that happens. It gets really dark and rich when it pools up. But also, I don't know if we can see it. There's a little bit of green that kind of comes into here too. Might be a little harder to see. It's hard to see on my screen, but it might be easier to see on yours. But there's a little bit of green that like pokes through this ink. So if you're thinking that it's looking a little like weirdly red-green, it isn't your screen, it is the ink itself, which is really fun. Yeah, I've had it for almost a decade. Oh my god. I got super into fountain pens like back in like 2016. So we're nearly there, but I might have gotten this Conklin in like 2017 or I don't think it was 2018. I've had it for a minute. It was one of the ones that I've had for quite a while. Yeah, but you know, I have quite the collection of fountain pens, so we're just gonna spend time kind of using a different one every time because I have my favorites certainly. I still like use all the time. Freaking through pens. Oh boy, I have multiple like pen cases. But yeah, they're all different. That's the thing that I love about fountain pens is like every nib is a little bit different, and so it's like really nice to like experiment with different ones and new ones and all of that. Like I really find that like even when you get the cheapies, like there's a lot of cheapy fountain pens that I've like fallen in love with because the nibs, the writing experience is just a little bit different. So I recommend, like, you know, just if you're interested playing around with them. I draw in pen like all of the time though, exclusively. That's why I have my handy dandy Post-its. The one thing with fountain pens that's like, you know, a little less, I don't know, I'm used to it, but you know, it's not like a ballpoint pen where I can just like, or a gel pen. This is a gel pen. I love this little gel pen. Look at this cat. Oh, and you push the tail down to the, oh, this is like my favorite pen. I got this at the student, well, not the student store, the art store that's in my college. Oh my god, it's so cute. But what's nice about that is I can use like whiteout tape and just like, you know, draw on top of it, but I cannot do that with a fountain pen because A, the ink will not stick to the whiteout tape in the same way, and also the whiteout tape can get in the tines. We do not want it to get in the nib or the tines or the any part of it. So it is a delicate instrument. Good. There we go. But anyway, I love the Conklin. It's such a great pen. Such a great writer. I love drawing with fountain pens. I've been doing it for a long time. I love drawing with pen. It's such a commitment. But yeah, so I'm just gonna like, I don't know, I'm just gonna like warm up and draw some stuff. So we're just gonna make sure that I'm like nice and centered on camera. You know, the thing is too, sometimes like the pen will work better on like a different kind of paper. No, this guy's like having trouble on this paper. I might switch sketchbooks, honestly. Because every paper also is a little bit different. And some inks like work really well on certain papers, and other inks just kind of are a little like more repelled by the quality of the paper. So it's like a delicate, you know, delicate balance. So yeah. This is usually like kind of what I do, and I'm just trying to like warm up, you know. I'm not really doing anything in particular. I'm just kind of keeping in mind like, I don't know, maybe other studies. But I'm just gonna like kind of make sure I'm paying attention to forms or whatnot. Usual. I do studies like this when I'm like, maybe not studies, but I do warm-ups like this when I'm like chilling with my coffee in the morning, because it helps me like see like, okay, what am I kind of struggling with this morning? You know, what things do I kind of need to like get a little bit more control figuring out. And also like, you know, just how is the form going and all that. But I might switch to another sketchbook, to be honest, because like it keeps like starting and stopping on this paper. So, I don't know, we'll see. I'll keep drawing a little bit, but that's funny. I bet it's strange to watch people draw with their right hand as lefty. It's always strange when I see people draw with their left hand as a righty. I'm like, how? I just imagine you smush it. You just have to go this way. Oh my gosh. But you guys know what to do. So it's funny, it's weird on both sides. It's fascinating. I would say it's more fascinating to me than weird. But also, you don't get like as encumbered by like the center lines of the page. I think that like, you know, there's benefits to being a lefty for sure. I try to not just like draw too many things on top of one another, but it happens. It's nice when you can try and blend them together, but I don't know if I can blend these together. And when you get the royalty-free music stuck in. See, this is like a moment where like I don't like his nose, but you know what? That's what these control drawings are for, just for getting that control. 'Cause then I can always stick a post-it on it and be like, okay. My proportions were not correct. That's alright, it's not the end of the world. I like drawing like, you know, cartoony characters and realistic because it's just good for the... Just good for the old muscles, you know? Oh man. That's cool if you're ambidextrous, but also if people think that you're... I don't know, I think it's cool to be ambidextrous, but yeah. He was a secret lefty her whole life, that's funny. I don't know too many lefties. I know mostly righties. I guess it's just more common. There you go, that's better proportions. Sometimes what I like to do with these is the normal side of the nib, you know, that's nice and thick. But if you push it over, you can actually write with the very other side, and it's a thinner sort of line that you get. I don't, that, it looks thicker to me. I hope it looks thicker to you guys. Yeah, I'm gonna, there we go. Gosh. Dash Nash and fan. Beep, beep. I feel like lately I've been drawing a lot more like since I've been drawing Leon more and his buffness, I've been getting the hang of drawing buff arms. You know, it's like the sort of thing where, I don't know, last stream Tom was saying 10,000 hours when you're drawing, and it's not wrong. It's like, I don't know what I was doing those other 10,000 hours of drawing, but it was not comprehending things the way that I wanted to. So, you know, sometimes it just takes a while of drawing stuff until it clicks. I remember that, like, with figure drawing in college. Oh my gosh. Figure drawing in college had so much of that kind of energy of, like... Oh man. had to draw stuff like a bajillion, 10 million, gazillion times. And like, oh my god, we had like 18 hours of homework a week, which wasn't supposed to be the case. You know, we were supposed to only get maybe like, I don't know, we had a 6-hour class. We're maybe only supposed to get like 12 hours? Oh man. You're an expert at drawing, buff man. That's great. I love that. I am getting there. I have an ex-student who's like, oh, so good at drawing like all the muscles. He's great at arms. I'm like, oh, I gotta study your studies, man. I want that level of comprehension for myself. That is what I desire. I think that's like what I'm realizing more nowadays. It's like I don't necessarily want to draw like anyone but myself, but it's the level of comprehension that I see other people have. That's what I want. It used to be like, oh, I want to draw like this person or that person. It's like, nah. I want to draw like me because I see there's something that I see in the drawings, in the ether that's captivating to me, but it's the comprehension that people have when drawing stuff, like the ability to perceive what they're doing. Man. But, you know, it comes down to finding the ways to practice that are the best ways for you. Do a nose day again. Last time I did nose day, I figured out how to draw chibis. So kind of funny. It was like that was not what I was necessarily intending, but worked out. It worked out in other ways, so it's funny. What you set out to do isn't always what ends up happening, but YOLO, you know. The thing about using the weight out tape with the fountain penning is you gotta make sure it's like dry. If it's not dry, it will just kind of go everywhere. Although it can be really cool if like you want. Gosh, let me put a post-it down. That's funny. That's funny. Yeah, everyone loves to say how much harder buff men are to draw than like women, but I think it's just kind of getting the hang of it. You know, because like women are so dainty. You just want to make sure that you're kind of keeping them like dainty. It's like the posing wants to be, you know, just right. Kind of. I think like after this drawing, I'm gonna see if one of my other sketchbooks do the trick. Because this one ain't giving. You can see that I'm like struggling because it's like there's something about the quality of this paper that's just repelling the ink, and it might be this ink in particular because I might not have trouble with a different ink. That can happen. So it's like there's so many factors of like what can happen while you're drawing with fountain pens and stuff that can have an optimal experience and like maybe a less optimal experience. And you can see one of my pet peeves too in fountain pen drawing or using fountain pens to draw. Ironically, it doesn't happen when I use the other side of the nib. I don't like that. But yeah, one of my biggest pet peeves is like when you put down a stroke and then it just doesn't happen. Like that's just the worst in my opinion. When it just doesn't. Like there's kind of nothing worse.
Dia de nuvens no céu, trânsito do lado do chão, preso numa água cheia, na concha fugindo do som, já à beira de sumir, afundo na maré que vem. O motorista me sorri e diz: viver parece simples, dia para ser feliz. Tirando tempo só pra mão, cansa que perepis.
Thank you.
Fim preto branco, e as nuvens a passar.
Gonna just a couple little adjustments.
As coisas não vão se encaixar se você se cobrar demais. Te ensina a se enganar que assim. Então quando a coisa aperta e te estiver para triz, lembre o que lhe diz. Viver parece simples, dia para ser feliz. Tirando tempo sob a mão, cansa que perepis. Vejo fim preto branco.
The thing is with the post-its, it's like the quality of the post-it paper is like bad. You're gonna get just kind of, you're not gonna get sheening, that's for sure. Gonna have lots of globules, if you will. Yeah, exactly. The whiteout is to erase. Well, the whiteout tape is, yeah, it's kind of my eraser, but if I want to draw over it, then I'm gonna use the post-its, because I can't draw over this with the fountain pen, because it's like the wrong texture. It won't take the ink. See if I like kind of try and draw. I mean, it's there, but like it's gonna take a million years to dry if it ever does. It's just gonna like get all bad. Also, it can easily get stuck in the nib, so you just don't want it to get stuck in the nib. That's the last thing you want to do, because then you gotta use a piece of metal to fish it out. Like, gotta get yourself like that. I have a little piece of metal somewhere around here. But like then you gotta like put it like right in between here. So right in between the nib and clean it. It's the whole thing. Might as well not do it. I'm gonna see if this works better on different paper, because I know I've had problems in the past with certain inks on this. Let's see. I have a lot of sketchbooks, so I'm not hurting for sketchbooks, I'll tell you what. Okay. There you go, this purple one. Here, I'll put one of mine more up here just to keep that other page down. We're like halfway through this guy. Like halfway. Okay, I do have like a third backup too. All of my sketchbooks have different paper. Like the Leuchtturm, this is a Leuchtturm sketchbook. It's a little bit like a moleskin. It's got slightly thinner paper, so it's good. You know, but yeah, and then I have this one. This is more like thick paper. Guys, this is like, I don't know what kind this is. Like lay flat Hervé acid. I have no ideas. It is random. I liked it. It's nice. It's thick one. Nice and thick. So I got some butt studies in here. Actually, this is from when we did leg day, and I didn't have enough studies of the back of the legs, and so afterwards I went and I did studies of the back of the legs and everything. And then there's Leon. So yeah, I have a backup just in case. Just in case. Let's see how this works. Yeah, I think this one was having a hard time because it was such a sheening ink, you know? Sometimes those sheening inks are just a little... They have a hard time. They just have a hard time on the more kind of thick, less absorbent papers. And it looks great for the sheening itself, because I think like that paper picks up those like subtle greens, but it doesn't pick up the ink though. Subtle greens, yes. The actual bits, no. No, it doesn't. I mean, yeah, you know, it's like one of these things where I used to be a staunch like fountain pen only kind of person where I was just like, oh, this is the way of it. And then I kind of like warmed up to like ballpoint pens. Which is funny, I guess, for me when I think back, because like I used ballpoint pens like way back before I used fountain pens. To be honest, like I've used pen for longer than I've just used fountain pen. Because I've like been using pen, I don't know, ever since like maybe like 2010 or something, maybe, because I was obsessed with Rebecca Sugar, and she uses these pens, these Tradio Stylo pens. This is a blue one. I have buckets of black ones. Oh my god, like this was the pen that like I used just exclusively for like maybe 6 or 7 years. One second, let me pick a nicer song. And this pen has a chisel nib. It's supposed to be like fountain pen-esque, I guess. I don't know. It's a felt pen with a chisel and a nib. I love it. It's like still one of my favorite pens. I still have them. I have a black one here. Like the kind of pen you can buy refills for, so like I would just buy, I mean the refills quote unquote is just one of these, and then you just put it back in your pen body. And then like, so I use this exclusively for a long time. And then I found fountain pens. I got a Lamy, not this Lamy, I got a yellow Lamy. And I got a Quaco. Not this Quaco, but a green one. So I got one of each of these and I was like then hooked. I was like, oh, I can put all the colors in there. I can do all of this, I can do all that. It was good, but you know. It's a different experience, you know, and every pen, like I said, is a different writing experience. So like the way that I draw and write with this pen is gonna be different from the way that I draw and write with like a different pen. Because of the ink flow. I have other flex pens too, but again, they're all different, like I think this is like my favorite flex pen out of all my, no, it's between this one and I have another one. Between this one and my Pilot Falcon. I love my Pilot Falcon. We'll post it on that. I'll just over. Make it Leon properly, not just like half Leon. The nice thing about the post-its too is if you like your previous drawing, you can just like take the post-it off. Yeah, I tend to draw kind of messy with my fountain pen, so that's the one downside. It's like they just are so free, but maybe like sometimes for me they're like a little too free. And it's like when I scan them in, I have a lot of cleanup that I end up having to do. To, like get them kind of cohesive. Nice and presentable. Oh, thank you!
Yeah.
Thank you. Please. I like your name. Yeah, I'm drawing Leon. I guess this is sort of Leon. I've been drawing Leon a lot. Leon's been my little muse for a minute now. Actually, since I'm drawing Leon, let's see, wait. Oh wait. Oh wait, I don't have a Leon on this one. Oh, I don't have a Leon on this PNG tuber. I have a Leon chibi on one of my other PNG tubers. I'll put him on next time. Oh my gosh. Leon's helping me get really good at drawing buff men on the more realistic side. Thank you, Leon. Like, no big deal. Gonna let that dry before I erase it, quote unquote. Got a more round head than a square head, I better. That's straight. Now I can erase it. Quote unquote erase. Next a little. We're just like warming up here. Yeah, I gotta say, this paper is, you know, it's okay. It's not like pissing me off a ton, but it's also not putting down every stroke that I give it. And I think it is the ink itself, because it's a little dry. Sometimes when they do sheening, when they turn different colors, like I can see some of the greens in here. Sometimes when they do that, they're more dry, and so they just don't absorb into the paper much. It's like a blessing and a curse, you know. Leon gets to come, and also Leon has to come. Like, uh-oh. Like, I want him to come, but maybe not for that reason. There's this guy on YouTube who made all of these like hilarious Resident Evil like parody videos, like using the models, I guess, and like they all just like hang out and play video games. It's hilarious. Like, I love it. It's just like Ashley, Ada, Claire, and Leon just like all hang out, and Jill. They all hang out and they all just play video games. It's really funny. then sometimes Ethan and Chris are there. And a couple of times, James from Silent Hill is visited. He's like friends with Leon. And sometimes, Ellie from Last of Us is there hanging out with Ashley. It's so funny. I love that series. This is like the story of my life. Whenever I do fountain pen drawings like this, I'm always just like frick ton of like little bits. I'm like always going when I scan them in. I have like a million little bits to erase. I don't know if the sheening is picking up. Like there's some sheening on his neck. I don't know if it's picking up. I don't know. I think soon I'm gonna jump into like some studies of things. Because this is good, like warming up, but I need to like do a little bit of something more structured. Yeah, it's funny seeing all those characters chilling too. Like, they're just not meant to be chilling. Not meant to be chilling like that. Oh, here's some more Leons I had on a post-it. These are with pencils, rare pencil drawings from me. I don't typically do that. That's very atypical of me. Even though I have pencils and I buy pencils. And I bought myself a pack of erasers for Christmas. This is as much as I've used the first one. So it's a little used on this side. The 2 times that I've used it. I bought a pencil recently too. Like, why did I do that? I don't even know where it is. I don't even know why I did that. I never used them. I don't even know where it is. It just... Alright, Liam. You just go over here. And I'm gonna... Let's try the third bit of paper. Because we know what this one's like. This one's pretty thick. This back one. This is a lot thinner. Much thinner. Like, look at how much ghosting you can see. Compared. Oh my gosh, that's always like the testament to like how wonky are my drawings. How much ghosting is there? I mean, you can't take these at face value because I also did my whiteout edits on this side. But like, there's considerably less ghosting on this side. I mean, you can still see them, but like compared, less ghosting. So that's how you know. There's some papers though. It's like, man, you can't even. I don't think this one's as good for fountain pens. Oh, hi, Leon. I just have an unhealthy amount of Leon drawings in my sketchbook. That's okay. That is okay. Alright. I love morpho drawings. There was not an intentional post-it on this drawing. I know everyone says YT is weird with things like that. I am not. I think we'll be okay. It's a drawing. Good. I'm glad. It's fun. It's fun. Drawing is fun. I love drawing. Oh, that's already a good one. Alright, I'm gonna start. I love these morpho books. They're like some of my favorites. You can't even see which one. And study this drawing. This is great. I love how you can see this cascade of the muscles being pulled. Like, that's always what I'm trying to get across when I'm drawing now. Ooh, these are great. I'm gonna save these two. We're gonna just focus on this page particularly. These are great. Especially, I gotta get really better at making this torso form more rounded. Round, not flat, round. And then this, okay. So we're gonna get into that. Yeah, drawing is so relaxing for me. Like, it's one of these things where it just, like, I don't even think about doing it. It just happens. After so long. It's been the kind of thing where it's like the less I've like put pressure on myself to draw, the more it just ends up happening in my day. Like, just all of a sudden out of the blue, it's like I think, man, I didn't draw anything today, and then I think back, I'm like, oh wait, I did that, and it was just relaxing, man. Okay, let's see how much I like or don't like this. It's okay. I'm trying to find a good balance of everything. It's okay. It's not bad, but this paper is a lot thicker. This is great, like marker paper. You can even see the tooth. If I bring it up close, you can see the tooth. All the other papers are smooth. This one's got some grit to it, and you can kind of see. Pen does not go as smoothly. Kind of gets a little toothy. Nom 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 nom. Not that kind of tooth. I'm actually gonna reposition it. So I'm used to like looking at things from a different angle, so you'll just have to imagine. You just have to see what that looks like when I get it on. Where did fish go? On my book? I don't know where they went. Not in my book. Oh, they're over here. Well, there's more over here. Yeah, it's like forcing yourself to do stuff is always the worst way to do anything. Like, and it's like the kind of thing where it's like hard to get yourself to stop, you know? You can't just say like, okay, just stop being anxious. It doesn't really work like that. You just have to kind of like give yourself time and space to decompress. Also, I know like other artists I know run into this a lot. Like I've definitely had this conversation with multiple students about like feeling like your self-worth is tied up in like whatever creative craft you're doing. So like drawing ends up being the thing a lot of the time, making art. And it's like, I feel like, oh, if I stop, then everything's gonna be bad. Like, if I stop, then how am I going to, how am I going to, like, I don't know, reconcile my identity or something like that? It's like, you just have to, like, give your, when you stop riding a bike, it doesn't mean you've forever forgotten how to ride the bike. It just means that, you know, you're taking a break. And, like, when you work out, you have to stop. Like, you can't keep going when you work out. You have to take breaks or else your muscles are gonna, like, not be happy. So, like, you know, you treat it like that. You give yourself a reset. And then there you go. And then they're always better off for it. I went through the same thing because I just got a little too anxious about everything. But I'm really grateful to be teaching now because it really kind of gave me like a better perspective on like everything. Like the stakes are a lot lower. I used to put so much pressure on myself. and now I do way more. And I'm happier with what I do, like, so that's the kind of irony of all of that. This paper is not being very nice when it comes to my pen. I think part of it is like I have to make sure to like not press so hard. That's the other thing. Like you think sometimes with fountain pen, if I press harder, like more will come out, but that's not the case. Oftentimes it'll like do the opposite. Light cut. That's better. I needed to give myself that advice. These legs are kind of a little bit bigger than I know. Oh yeah, I think it's like you just have to go through it to realize like, oh, if I take a break and I stop, the world doesn't end. There's nothing wrong with anything. Just, you know, that first time you let go, I think, is the hardest time. And then every other time you're like, okay, if I stop doing this, I'm not gonna like forget everything. In fact, the irony is like, you're gonna forget the bad habits. That's the irony of like what you're actually going to forget is like all of the bad habits that are like kind of keeping you stuck. That's gonna be the first things to go. It's so funny how many times I've taken a break from drawing only to come back and find that I'm better at it because whatever bad habits I was getting wrapped up in are a lot less prominent. So that's the real irony. This is a dry paper though. And even on this pen works great. That Rebecca Sugar pen. I don't know if she still uses this pen, but if she does, it inspired me to use it. Yeah. came here to sell this Conklin, and I feel like every paper is just having one issue after another with the ink. It's the ink, it's not the pen. It's like, let me pick a different... What pen has just like black? It's got black. Lammy. Lammy's got this blue. This blue should be fine. I bet the Lammy would be okay. Nah, this blue is like also just... No, whatever. Whatever. A little bit better. There's a lot of like rhythms in the legs that kind of can look like a little odd if you kind of don't know like what's dominant and what's secondary. It's like a whole balance, whole wigwammy kind of balance. Like I guess that blue ended up working a little bit better on this paper, but the blue is less sheening, so it's a different ink. The different ink, they say, is the red. Orange, or red-orange. We'll have to give the Conklin like another fair shake at a certain point. Up, over, under, over, ew. I think this one plays like at the beginning and the end of the play. Man, I gotta have a flip day. That's the thing about studies. It's like, it's best if you like draw it once from the thing, and then you know, just kind of doing your like your copy of like what's happening, and then kind of taking it and like doing your own sub studies of like, okay, what's happening? Okay, what's happening? So that way you can just like actually like add whatever's going on into your library of comprehension. If I just drew like this first one and left it, like, I don't know, I wouldn't be really getting as much out of it because I'm really trying to understand how these forms like wrap, you know? How like everything travels throughout. It keeps getting a little long. A little big. Cause yeah, I'm really trying to show the like whoosh. That. All that wrapping, that's what makes it really pleasing on these figures. Yeah, I could just use this. This works great. Now this one, this friggin' felt tip marker, that works great. Big old Tombow pen. This is what I use for my figure drawing. Like, I just use the brush nib. I have my giant figure drawing 11 by 14 pad. And I do that for figure drawing. Because I prefer doing figure drawing. Okay, let's go to the next one. Go to the next study. But yeah, what I like about this study, just to talk about it a little, maybe I'll try and up a little bit. Get up. Oh, I gotta tape these Leons back. No, I gotta tape these back in. That's what I don't like about this. Oh, I already taped it in. What I don't love about this sketch pad, which I think would be really handy if I needed it, is all the pages like have like they're all perforated. Don't prefer the perforation, but okay. But yeah, what I like about this, again, you're seeing the muscle forms and how they kind of go over and under and over again to like kind of wrap around the body. There's a spiral sort of quality, and I think that that's really appealing. That's what I find appealing. When I draw my figures, I'm really thinking about that gesture, so that way everything kind of feels like it's a cohesive sort of undulation, if you will. But it just keeps everything feeling very pleasing. It's very pleasing to look at. Very sensual. I like to have sensuality in my drawings. Instead of just like boxes. I like to have sensual boxes. Anyway. Any hoozle. Keep going. Dong dunk. Dong dunk. Dong dunk. Dong dunk. Alright, I'm gonna be doing studies of these guys. Not this. I don't think this is as helpful right this second. I'm not studying like the little tailbone right this moment. Yeah. I don't know. I'm like looking at this and like, I don't know if I like this as a study. It's not bad. But I think I'm gonna get more of this. Study that. I'll put them over here. I'm gonna... Yeah, there we go. Piano. Lovely piano. Oh, look at me. I already got blue. This is from this pen, though. my god, this is like me all the time. Always ink on my fingers, especially my little ring finger. I'm married to my work. Start over here. Sometimes when you have pens with like shading kind of ink, you get these. That's why this thing keeps starting and stopping. It's this ink. It's beautiful, but yeah, clay under the nails. Yup. Oh my gosh, yeah, I had a whole like painting phase in high school where I was just using acrylics to like paint everything, and like I would use my arm to like dab the excess paint, so I just had like freaking Picasso on. I would just go out like that. I like didn't care. I was like, whatever. I was like just going outside after I painted, like, oh, I gotta meet up with the friends now. Let's just leave. Let's just wash my hands. The rest, whatever. Like, I would use like a little thing to dab, maybe a paper towel and stuff, but I would also use my hands. Yeah, I'm not like paying attention to the head as much. I'm looking at overall forms. I don't really love how he like breaks down the head so much. I don't think it's the most intuitive way to do it. You know, you study enough ways of like breaking down the body and stuff and kind of find what's most intuitive. Sometimes when I'm using fountain pens, I will take some sort of ballpoint or gel pen and use that to like draw on top of the whiteout tape. So I'm gonna do that here. I have this little cute capybara multicolored pen. I love this thing. Capybara! He's eating some boba, and he's eating some Jack. Goldberg. I love this. I got this ballpoint, and I got my Kuromi ball. I love them. I'm so weak for cute little things. But I have a whole, yeah, artist cards, that's so funny. A whole colorful shelf next to me. I'm gonna remember that artist scars. That's sure. And they use angles. Kinda already taking just a little tiny bit of like with some of these choices just because I don't really... yeah, I got some exotic pens. I have fountain pens, expensive fountain pens, and then my little like multi-pen capybara. Oh my gosh. I do love this pen though. I also have a multi-crayon. I love my multi-crayon. I don't use it as much. But it is quite good. It's great on paper like this. Actually, it's made for paper like this. It's best on paper like this. But maybe we'll do some coloring one day. I'm so used to drawings without coloring them. I color them on the computer. I'm a lot more used to coloring things on the computer. It's what I've gotten used to over the years. I used to color things more, like paints and stuff, but it was a long time ago, before art school. And then art school it's just only digital painting after that. More economical. Okay. This is my study. I actually am gonna use crayon to just draw some stuff. So what you do with this crayon is like you have to like make sure that the lead's all the way down, and then you twist it. And then yeah. Oh no, the lead wasn't all the way down. Uh-oh. Alright, it's alright now. No, it's not. Go back. There you go. Then you twist it and it pulls out another one. Now it's blue. So, yeah. Okay. I'm gonna do it on the other side. Almost had to sneeze. Yeah, that should connect there. I like that. It's like whenever you do studies like this, it's like you want to kind of think about how you start the drawing. Because there's a lot of like information happening. So it's like I want to think about like what is the most important. Like for me, this connection between the sternocleidomastoid mastoid and the midline. It's like he didn't draw it, but there's a gesture there. So if I keep that gesture there, then I'm going to make sure that my figure stays like cohesive. So it's like helpful for me to indicate that there, because that's gonna make sure that like again the whole thing gets tied together in a cohesive manner. So it's like knowing how to study the studies and look at them and treat them almost like you're doing like figure drawing. That can be very helpful. Because then like the actual like midline of the figure is like here. So we're kind of connecting that real midline to the fake one we created. Then also, I just know with drawing arms, like the gesture for the arms, like you have like the over, and then, well, you have this gesture for it, where it's like over, under, over, your arms. So I'm thinking about that. But it's like I want to make sure that like this form here feels like it's going in a different direction than the pecs are. So it's like, you know, we have these shadows, so like we have this form happening, and then simultaneously we have like this, like he's going this way and he's going this way. And we got the little pit. That's what I'm trying to make sure that I keep in there for me. For me. Just trying to make sure that I'm minding my forms. It's been a long time. God knows what. Honestly. I mean, having fun, certainly. But did have fun drawing, but also you know, I was more stressed. I'm having a lot more fun in general now. So, you know, whatever. All's well that ends well. You end up where you need to end up when you end up there. YOLO. Just let your journey be your journey and don't fuss. And the less that you fuss, the more fun you'll have. Imagine that. Better you'll do because you're just crazy. Just nuts. Just flippin' insane. You're so crazy. So nuts. Usually here there's a little punch, and a little bit of a punch right there. Like, no matter how hard you work out, there's always gonna be some punch because that fat pad protects your guts. So it's like a fat pad that you'd have to work really hard to get rid of it. I don't think you could. I think there's this one guy who like did figure drawing modeling back when I was in college, and he had like no body fat. Oh my god, he was this, I know his name, but I don't need to go giving out names of the figure drawing model from school. But like this guy was a professional like drawing model, and like he was this older guy. He had no body fat, so he was like all like muscles. Like when you like he's like this now. But like when you drew him, like all you saw were his muscles. So like he was just a great drawing model, honestly, because he had no body fat. But yeah, I think that he still had that little bit of paunch. I think that out of all of the body fat he could get rid of, that paunch wasn't something he could get rid of. Because again, you need that for, it's like nature, you know, nature makes sure that you like have the protective fat, you know, like, oh my god. A little too famous. Carnival Cebu. No wonder. Carnival. Like, if I wipe this out, then I think that this study feels pretty good. It feels pretty good. Sometimes it just kind of distracts me, that's all. I'd like something a little more relaxed, that's all. Okay, so I feel like I got some stuff out of this. I'm gonna also do this other study over here. Like, if I was trying to dance, I would have dug that other track, but I'm not trying to dance. Trying to draw. Where the arm would be. Maybe made his rib cage not as big. Here. See, he doesn't have these notes in here, but as I'm looking at this, as I'm looking at this study, I'm like noticing that this and that, in terms of where the curves peak, you know, it's like the clavicle goes like this, and then the curve of this kind of peaks like that, and then we kind of get, honestly, we kind of get that going. There's always rhythms and like similarities in the body. So that's kind of something to note. I'm gonna get a different here. Have another note. Come on. Oh no, it's tweaking out. It's been a minute since I used this. The last time I used this thing, it tweaked out too. Use Capybara song. Here. Capybara song, help me. I just wanted to make this note. This wraps around over here. Groovy. Okay, let me draw it the other way. That's pretty handy, actually. Like, knowing that this is like over here, so I know that that curve is gonna peak at that same angle, and this is gonna kind of hit sort of in the center, sort of at the top of the rib cage. Yeah, it's gonna kind of hit at the top. Maybe I should just peak it a little bit more, or have it a little higher. Honestly, I think that's the solution. What I love about doing studies of studies, you always glean something new. There we go. And now, weird. Kind of weird. It's like this is straight, and then curved, out, in, out. Ah, I love it. I love it. It really kind of, really love it. The human body, man. So lyrical. I say like my figure drawing teacher from college. She would probably be pleased with me. Straight up. Honestly, out of all the teachers I've seen again, I just haven't bumped into her. I have to make a point to. It's been so long. I don't know if she'll remember me. Maybe she will. Maybe she won't. I had that happen one time. I think, you know what, I'm like kind of scarred because this one time I had a teacher that like didn't remember me. And it just made me, I think it just kind of made me like nervous for the rest of my life. Like I had this teacher that I played chess with every day at lunch for like a whole year. And like I really appreciated all that because like I think I was kind of new. I had moved from, you know, a different state and I didn't know how to play chess, and he said, oh, I'll teach you how to play chess. And we played chess like every day at lunch again for like a year, which I guess is like what, 3 months a semester, maybe 4 months. I don't know if we played for an entire school year, but at least 3 months straight we played chess every day. And then he transferred to my high school like years later, and not so many years later. He didn't remember me. He just didn't remember me. Like I was like, oh hey, and he's like, hi. All right, bye. Like that clear, like I don't recognize who you are, and this is a little bit of an awkward interaction now. And I was just like, I was, as the British say, I was gutted. I was a little gutted. I felt like, oh my gosh. Like, how could you? How could you do that to me? How could this happen to me? I thought we played chess. I guess you don't remember. I was sad. I was really sad about that. Man, this is such a great simplification though. I love this. This is a great way to like just remember how to draw that side view and get those rhythms in there. Cause like, bam, all kind of comes from that relationship in the back of the ear. I mean, he's got it like where it's like not connecting, but you can kind of connect there. It was unfortunate. I never forgot that. I was kind of mad about that. I repressed my anger over that for years. But I guess it always made me kind of nervous. Like, what other beloved professor, teacher is just gonna like straight up forget about me? What an asshole. I know he deals with hundreds of youngsters. Younglings, as I call them. I know that he deals with thousands and thousands of younglings, but how many has he taught to play chess for 3 months straight? Ah. I don't know. Now, I have the excuse if I like don't remember someone for a second because all the students I teach are remote. So like I only see their faces like there's a lot of them that I've only seen their face like maybe once, which is unfortunate. There's some where I've seen them a couple times. Like I interact with them and I know who they are from like their handle. Not from real life as much as I wish I did. But that's different. That is so different than being in the same room as somebody. Oh my god. What can you do? Alright, so I'm gonna do these. These are gonna be my last studies for the evening. Look at that. That's so cool. I have to do another page though, because I don't think I can fit any more on this page. Kind of add a room. Add a room. I'm gonna have to scan these at some point. God, they were there. Oh, these are so good. I love what's happening here and here, and I love this. And this is a good twisting, but I'm gonna start with these two. Great. Ah, yeah, act crazy so no one forgets you. That's a good method. That's a good method. I was a good kid though, like a quote-unquote TM good kid. Which, you know, honestly, I take umbrage with it now. I wish I was more of a problem child. I wish I was more crazy back then. It would have just set everyone's expectations correctly. It would have gave everyone a more accurate understanding of me. I'm not. I mean, I'm a good kid. Yeah, I guess. Darn it! I'm not just a little angel. I'm a brat. Darn it! What are you gonna? All right. Do these. This is nice, honestly. I love drawing on paper so much. This is like just, again, this is like what I do. Like when I'm just like not on stream. This is what I do by myself. When I'm like chilling and winding down. Classic Lexi. You know, all of that said about being a problem child, etc., I'm so glad all my students are just so sweet. I don't have any problem children out of all my students. I mean, I did have one that was like kind of annoying like a long while back, but I didn't have as much experience as a teacher to know like how to handle that personality type. So I think that play a little bit differently. It'd play a little bit differently if I had her now. Them. If I had them. Uh-oh. Not trying to incriminate anyone over here. Just, kind of waxing. But they've all been wonderful. Like, I don't have problems with students. Other teachers sometimes complain and it's like, I don't know, what are you doing wrong, bro? But in high school it's different. College is 1,000,000% different. So I'm not even gonna begin to try and say that they're the same. They are not the same. Absolutely not the same. College students are paying to be in college, like, #1. I think that's the main difference. High school students are forced to be there, and college students are paying to be there, so just from the get-go. Yeah, if high school kids had to pay to be in high school, that would be a whole different ballgame. And they had to pay. Although, I mean, I know for college, like, sometimes, you know, it's the students' parents paying for them to be in college. I mean, most of, if not all the time, just in general. But in art school, it's like, you know, the the person, whether they're a kid or not, you know, they want to be going to art school. So I feel like a trade school like that, you're gonna get more commitment from every student generally because of just the nature of it versus any other kind of college. So that is the nice thing about it. You know, it was stressful at first to teach. Because I was like, oh no, like, what do I say? But like, I get on such a tear talking about I'm such a nerd when it comes to art, and I think that I was just always like excited for the chance one day when I'd be able to just geek out over the nitty-gritty of things. And I've not always been great at explaining things. Like I can talk a mile a minute because I always have like 10 thoughts trying to get to the surface, you know, at any given moment, and like I'll start on one kind of thought and then a tangent will just burst into my head and then burst out of my mouth. So I have to kind of like be mindful of the flow of what I'm even saying. And I'm a lot better at that now. And I'm a lot better at taking pauses when they naturally need to happen instead of bulldozing more ideas into the moment. That's something that I used to do a lot. I used to just bulldoze. Okay, I still do that sometimes. I used to just... Okay, no, I still do that. It's like I should naturally pause and take a breath at a certain moment, and then I don't. Then I'm like, you understand what this means because of this, this, and that, and then the other thing, right? And it says right, and then because of this, and blah 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 blah. It's like I have to remember to take pauses. I think part of it's like also, you know, nerves, because like I don't get nervous. I don't know. Maybe it's again, it's just getting used to it. And everyone's an artist, and I love that. Like, they all get it. All my students that I've had, they all get it. It was like fun stuff to do. Like I don't have to like convince them to enjoy the craft that they're here for me to teach them how to do, because like they already love it. So it's great. And I think that they feel like similar about me. Like I'm a real nerd about all this stuff. I love it. And so like they're like, oh, Lexi, she's right there with us doing it. When I think back, I didn't have like so many teachers that were like just also like professional artists, like kind of doing like illustration. I mean, I wasn't in that major, so I don't know. Or like there was no animation major, so no frame of reference. It's like the professionals that were doing it at the time were like more like VFX and 3D people, so it was a little different. I'm the only like kind of animator like me teaching at my school, so really nice that the students, they're not all kids. Like, I call them all kids, and then I don't see them on their webcam, and then I learn that, like, there's, like, 40-year-olds, there's people that are, like, my peers, my age. I mean, I'm not 40, but... just all sorts. I mean, a lot of them are from high school. Straight out of high school, I mean. I swear, these songs with like the little like funky noises are so funny to me. Yeah, I do. I love giving them fun assignments too, 'cause it's like, I know that they wanted to get into this because they were inspired by, you know, animation and stuff, so I love giving them assignments where like they can animate their favorite characters. Like I love showing them how to like animate any kind of character they want, and then leaving it up to them like what they do with a character. We get so many fun walk cycles with different characters. We get like anime characters, or like we get Bluey, or we get my life Jenny XJ9. We get What are some other good ones? We got like Ed, Edd and Eddie ones. SpongeBob's, of course. Garfield. There's been some Sonics. There's been like Spike Spiegel. One of my students who just graduated, she did a great Regan walk cycle or run cycle where he's like running, but like also he's just like sweating and like almost falling. It was such a great run cycle. Oh, I have to tell her to put that in her demo reel. I forgot about that piece. See, that's the nice thing about having students for a bunch of semesters. You remember all of the work that they did so that when they forget and they're putting together their demo reel, you can be like, hey, what about that? I remember when you did that really cool piece. Why don't you include that? I totally forgot about that. I was trying to remind her especially because I knew she had so many good pieces. But that's the thing too, you make a lot of art and you don't always remember. Like, you don't always remember all of the stuff you've made. The nature of it. I'm gonna... try and find just sort of better ways, like understanding how to replicate this. Is what this is. What that is. I don't know. Because it's not the plane change. I think it's like so we can kind of keep this zygomatic arch. You want to make sure that there's some sort of width there. So I guess this is his way of kind of keeping that skull form in there. Accounted for. Just gotta try and get in their heads, you know? Like, why did you do this? Why did you do it? Marco, why did you do it? He can't tell me. I have to just go by this. That's all I can do at this point. I wish my little thingy. Ugh, it's all stopped up. I don't even know which one it's stopped up on. To find whichever. I fixed it before. Would be nice if I had the crayon. The one thing that is a little bit of a bummer about some of these, doesn't always happen with these pens, but the reason my finger is blue and you can see it, sometimes globule. Not really supposed to do that. Well. It's pretty good. Yeah. My finger. All blue dabba-dee dabba-die. Okay, that's good to know. Good kind of. I look at this. I like kind of keep to that. I don't know, I'd have to see what the other muscle forms like are looking like. If they were feeling wrong. What these studies are for. Because I need to kind of come in with like a muscle form study specifically, but like that. That's good to know. Kind of curves up. You're a little messy. Let's look at this other guy. Okay, let's post it so I don't. All of these are like hairstyles from Baldur's Gate. when I was trying to pick a hairstyle for my character. I was like trying to like make sure I could remember because there's like 80 hairstyles or something like that. Too many. Oh, this is good because like in a second I'll show you what I'm referring to as good. I'll do that now. There we go. So what's good about this that I was just kind of saying and referring to is this thing we were seeing here, this little triangle. Make it in pink. This little triangle. Excuse me. This little triangle is happening like here. It's the same like thing. Well, same thing happening there. Oh my god, yeah, they're looking at each other. They're very passionate. They're thinking about it. Hee hee hee. You know, when I drew that, I thought that I'm like, they kind of look like they're kissing right now. Not what I meant, but I'm all for it. I can't not think about it now. Aw, thank you for the follow! Driver Frog or Dr. Liver Frog? I think it's Driver Frog. Oh, well, you came to the right place. You certainly came to the right place. Oh my god. I have a lot more where that came from. Oh man. A lot of good mans kissing mans, man. You are a person of great taste.
Fácil assim. Quem se assenta em solidão, que esquece de entender, se arrisca e perde, enfim, nem digo mais nada. Fico sentado na roda de samba, fico parado, a perna já bamba. Samba, você duvidava. Fico sentado na roda de samba, fico parado, a perna já bamba.
Yeah, if you follow my Twitter, you'll get a lot more of that stuff. I mean, you know, you may find stuff here too on Twitter, or I mean Twitch. But yeah, on my Twitter is where I have a whole dump of stuff ready. Oh my god, I played Resident Evil 4 recently, the remake. I mean, oh my god, I got so much. I couldn't help it. It's like, well, maybe it's like less kissing and like a lot of massaging. Because, oh my god, I swear to gosh, like the merchant just was just soliciting and propositioning Leon for God knows what every 5 minutes, I swear. It's not even me. Not even me, bro. Their fault. Voice acting, come on. Oh, I am such a fan of Leon. Oh. The previous... I forgot about these drawings I did the other day. All of these Leons. Oh my god. Jeez Louise. Jeez Louise on. And I was drawing Leon earlier, actually. We're getting to the end of the night. We were playing with this pen earlier until I gave up a little bit. We got some Wolverines in here. I haven't posted these yet. Hehehe. Still gotta scan them in. But I was drawing some Leon here. I got some fun Leons. I'm like looking through them like more Leons. We got lots of Leons. You came to the right place if you love Leon. Oh my god. You know, it does have a Krauser vibe. It's true. It's true. I was a little loose on some of my warm-up Leons. It's true. Where is my post-it? My Leons here. They're my pencil, my rare pencil Leons. I'm usually drawing in pen. So anyway, anywho, I'm actually gonna call it here for tonight on this stream. I was only planning on doing a couple hours, but I'm gonna be back to draw on paper again because this was so fun, and all that was like kind of stopping me was like just having 2 cameras, but I have a PNG tuber now, so it works out perfectly. And now I can like kind of play with different fountain pens each time and show you guys what's what. We were messing around with the Conklin a lot today. This is this one. On this kind of paper, it's kind of heavy grit, so it didn't write as well, and also it's very dry ink, so it's having a little bit of trouble, but it's just the ink. This pen is so wonderful and juicy, and it was very fun to kind of show you guys a little bit of what it does, but next time we'll play with another pen. We've got a lot more fountain pens. Got some cheapies. I love the cheapies. One was a rando cheapie, but it's retractable. Love this one. So we'll play with some fun stuff next time. But this was super duper fun and relaxing, and we'll do more studies because I got a whole bunch of Morpho books that we can go and do studies from that are so helpful to drawing my muscly bodies. Oh my god. Anyway, alright. I'm glad you drew too. Oh, awesome, man. Awesome sauce. Groovy, groovy. You'll have to share your drawings with me sometime. Stoked. Alright. I am going to call it here. I'm actually going to come back and play just a little bit of Baldur's Gate, but I'm going to just break up the stream and end the stream. So, anywho, it was so fun chilling with you guys, doing all sorts of like fun studies, fun from warm-ups. Here, let me put them all on screen before we go. Some Leons, doing some studies. It was a good time. Shrimps 24/7. Stream of shrimp. I don't know about that, but that sounds like a fun stream. I'd love to tune into it. Alright, y'all. This was super duper fun. I will catch you later. I will catch you next time. I probably will be back Monday for more streaming. I don't know if I'll be back over the weekend, but if I have time, I will. Alright, have a good night, y'all. This is super fun. You take care.